This is Mac OS Ken.
What is driving Apple shares? Tile has found a new owner, and your Tapback will finally mean something to Androids. It is Tuesday, the 23rd of November, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/MacOSKen. Apple shares had another record day on Monday, and it is up to you to decide why. A piece from Motley credits the Apple Car Talk for at least part of the boost. Despite concerns about supply chain constraints, the piece says Apple's iPhone-first strategy of prioritizing production and shipment of smartphones means Santa should have less difficulty getting hold of iPhone 13s in time for Christmas delivery. The piece points out that seems to be happening at iPad's expense. Of course, we heard indication that would be the case on Apple's most recent earnings call. That's when Apple CFO Luca Maestri stressed that every Apple product category was likely to see healthy growth this quarter, except for iPad, sales of which would decline. There have also been reports that Apple has cut iPad production significantly to assure enough iPhones to go around for the 7 days of Kwanzaa, the 8 days of Hanukkah, and the 12 days of Christmas. Today is so today, though. The Fool thinks folks may be pitching their thoughts a bit further down the road. Quoting the piece again, investors may be looking past the seasonal device sales news entirely today to focus instead on news of Apple's future electric car. In a note Monday morning, Yahoo News quoted Wedbush securities analyst Daniel Ives estimating that there is a 75%, 80% plus chance that Apple will build the car that Bloomberg reported on last week. Indeed, the analyst goes so far as to say that this is a matter of when, not if. Neat for later, but near future is where many focus their attention. If it is the start of a new week, it is time for another note from JP Morgan analyst Samik Chatterjee, trying to gauge iPhone production based on delivery times. I don't know why he keeps doing it. A couple of weeks ago, Apple posted a date by which one would need to order an iPhone 13 to get it delivered by the 24th of December. The date was, and remains, the 22nd of December. Apple has thrown iPad under the bus to make sure there are plenty of iPhones right now. It seems to me, and who am I, but it seems to me that all iPhone health can tell us right now is how healthy iPhone is right now, not how healthy the supply chain is overall. Anyway, iPhone is pretty healthy right now, it seems, although still elevated compared to the iPhone 12. A piece on Chatterjee's note from Apple Insider says estimated delivery dates appear to be contracting for the iPhone 13 lineup, according to JP Morgan. Quoting the report, across all regions, JP Morgan tracked lead times for the iPhone 13 mini, iPhone 13, iPhone 13 Pro, and iPhone 13 Pro Max moderated to 5, 23, and 23 days respectively. That's down from 8, 10, 26, and 26 days the week prior. Chatterjee has a buy rating on Apple shares. His price target on the shares is $180. What's interesting / amusing is I saw an article from The Street that said that this note from Chatterjee helped send Apple shares skyward. According to that piece, reports of improving iPhone supply dynamics heading into the holiday season, as well as the ongoing strength in consumer spending, had Apple trading at a fresh all-time high Monday. No mention in that report of the car. Apple 3.0 had above Avalon's Neil Cybart arguing that Apple shares have not hit new heights because of the car talk. After listing a few fairly technical-sounding things happening in the market right now, Cybart says the point in this exercise is to show how many variables or factors are likely at play with the many tech giants' outperformance, including that of Apple. It would be a mistake to simply chalk up Apple's strong performance to one item, like a recent report about a new product or any other singular news item. Instead, a number of factors have come together to lead to higher demand for Apple shares. So, everything plays a part. Apple shares were practically flat on Monday, but when you're starting at your highest point ever, moving up a little is still movement of note. Mac Daily News says Apple shares hit new intraday and closing highs on Monday. Shares got as high as $165.70, though they gave back a tremendous amount. They ended the day up 47 cents, closing at $161.02. Apple has announced its Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday weekend shopping specials. As usual, no savings on the things being purchased, though one does get money towards something else at some point. iMore says the 4-day promotion, running Friday the 26th of November through Monday the 29th, will see gift cards given to buyers of eligible products. A number of products are included, though iPhone 13 and Apple Watch Series 7 are not. You can catch a link to the list at apple.com/shop. More news this week around Apple's Fix It Yourself program. iDownload blog says Apple will host the repair manuals for the self-service repair program on its official Apple support site. The report says this means folks who order self-repair kits but might misplace the manual to actually go through the repair can still find the documentation and instructions they need online. I gotta say though, if you lose the manual, what's the chance you remember where you put the parts? Speaking of those, a piece from Mac Rumors says an unspecified third party will handle Apple's online parts store. While no official reason was provided, Mac Rumors figures it would certainly be logistically easier for Apple to outsource shipping and receiving of parts to and from customers. A similar system is already in place for Apple-authorized service providers. Tile is getting a new parent company. A piece from Mac Rumors says the AirTag before the AirTag is being acquired by location tracking service Life360. It's still its own thing, though with a broader network and, one assumes, deeper pockets. According to the report, Tile will continue to be operated as a standalone brand under Tile CEO CJ Prober, but Tile says when the acquisition is completed, it will be able to leverage Life360's 33 million smartphone users to grow Tile's finding network by 10 times. A press release announcing the acquisition values the deal at $205 million. It's expected to close in the first quarter of next year. And finally today, one of the greatest annoyances for some Android users is finally getting fixed. Cult of Mac says Tapback reactions in iMessage should start showing up as emoji for our robot brethren soon. I had a friend literally curse at me one time, asking, "What the is this?" when I responded from my iPhone to his Android phone with a thumbs up reaction, rather than giving a thumbs up emoji or wasting actual words. If you've never seen it, it is kind of dismal. Prior to this release, says the cult, Android users saw somewhat lengthy template messages when they received an iMessage reaction from a contact using an iPhone. This change offers a cleaner, much more streamlined experience. The change comes compliments of Google. According to the report, the latest version of the Google Messages app now displays iMessage reactions and emoji that appear under the message that's been reacted to, much like on iOS. Tapping the emoji confirms that it has been translated from iPhone, just in case Android users aren't sure why they're appearing. Of course, being a Google Messages change, it's only good for Google Messages. Folks using another messaging client from a third-party vendor like Samsung will see no change, according to the report. Coming up, in a few minutes. Ripped from last week's and this week's headlines, Jeff Gamet and I are talking over Apple's self-service repair program. Who is it for? What effect will it have on Apple's business? These questions and others addressed in a few minutes. Grab it and listen wherever you get podcasts. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.